Hi. So I haven't been on here in a while, but I felt burdened last night and this morning to jump on here and talk about something that has been on my heart and mind the last couple days. So I, I haven't been on here because the last 2 years have been, chaotic. I got pregnant, had a baby, and then got diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis after I had him. And so it's been a year of dealing with that and being a new mom and just trying to live life successfully or at all. But one of the things I feel like that happens a lot is with any of us, not just if you're having problems with, health issues or just anything in general, but is the idea of failure and how burdensome that can be. And I don't exactly know how I'm going to get this across, but I just felt like the Lord just wanted me to vlog, I guess, about just what I've been struggling with and dealing with. So it's hard in life when things happen and it knocks you off your feet and you don't know how you're going to bounce back from those things. And when that happens, that sense of overwhelmment and fear and failure, I think comes on each of us at some point. And it is absolutely devastating and overwhelming. And I think that's one reason why anxiety and depression and so many things plague our lives in this modern society, because we just don't know how to work those things out, especially with how busy life is. I don't think we allow ourselves time to rest and work through things. We just tend to bury them and move on. But I was talking to my husband last night, and he was trying to encourage me. I wasn't accepting it very well. But, oftentimes that's how it is. We get so wrapped up in our own heads because everything just seems so overwhelming and impossible. And, you get knocked down and you try and get back up again. And then something else happens and it knocks you down. And so you're like trying to get back up again. And then something else happens and you just feel like everything is against you. And in those moments, it's obviously a beautiful thing when you have someone who loves you and supports you and helps you see through that fog and that discouragement. But I know not all of us have that. And so a lot of times it's up to our own mindset, our own mental, strength to kind of see through things. And that's something that I've realized over and over again as I have gone from like a normal, healthy person to struggling with an autoimmune disease, is that a lot of times your own strength is not enough. It's just not. And, you can watch all the videos and all the motivational things and even like be like, I'm going to choose joy and happiness and like all of these things. But oftentimes, like, your strength, it will run out. It just will. You, in and of yourself, you are not enough. And that's okay. That's a good place to be, in an understanding that you are not enough. But God is. And He wants to be there for you. And even though it may feel like things have been taken from you and things have left you just decimated, God wants to be a part of it. And he wants to be your help and your strength and your joy, because you can't do it by yourself. You just can't. And I know that's not usually the mentality that the world, gives us, because they're like, pull yourself up by your bootstraps and keep going. And you know what? I living in this modern day, I believed that, you can do anything you want to, but when you are flat on your back and just incapable of making those decisions to even put your foot forward, he comes in grace and strength and peace and understanding, and gives you continued vision and hope. And it's hard to hope. It is hard to hope. Because a lot of times when you hope, there is that fear of disappointment. I think for me, that's probably my biggest thing that I struggle with, is fearing that the things that I want and that I still want to dream for, but they won't happen. Just because of, where life has brought me. But that, like my husband was telling me last night, that is ending things before they even begin. Because right now is not the end. Right now is just part of the story. And it's only the beginning of this part of my story. And so you have to push past that fear, and you have to push past the idea that the disappointment that something might not happen is greater than the hope that you have, because the hope is there, and it is enough to cling on to and to keep going. But you have to keep going. You have to keep taking that one step and then the next step. And even though in your own strength you don't necessarily have that in and of yourself to take that step, God offers the strength. And as long as you hold on to the will that you want to take that step, and whether that will is of something that you want of your own, or just the will to be there for your children or your family or your friends, that's enough. And you just have to continue to hope and not allow the idea of failure to make you quit. Because if you quit, you will never get anywhere. You will never get your dreams. You will never obtain the life that you want to live, even in the midst of the things that are happening to you right now. So, even when you get knocked down, you have to get back up. Because there is more. There's always more. And you can't stop believing that. Even when everything is gone, you have to keep your eyes focused on Him, on the Lord, and on what is important to you, and know that your hope in Him, He will sustain that, and it will be greater than the steps that you have to take to get there. So, I hope this encourages someone today. I don't know who, but I know that if it's on my heart, then it's meant for at least one person. So I hope this makes your day better and that you keep going. Thank you.